Daemons of the Shadow Realm only has 3 episodes out currently, and I am so fucking sat for this series that I already bought volume 1. I can tell from these first 3 episodes that I am going to fucking love this entire series, and I figured what better way to introduce everyone else to this new series that's coming out than by doing a manga first impression. So let's read through this first volume. I'll tell you my thoughts and overview and my rating of it at the end. This is a supernatural dark fantasy adventure series rated older teen. Now that I've seen the first few episodes, going back to read it, I'm catching some hints that were dropped early on that I missed on my first watch. Yoru says that his parents abandoned him and left the village while talking to who he thinks is Asa, even though we continuously point out that only specific people are allowed to see her, to the point where even Donji asks, is she even real? I'm also picking up even more on how insular the village was on purpose. They do not want to go down to the city and would do anything to prevent Yoru from leaving, which on a first watch I took to be because of his role as a twin who sunders day and night, and that relation to the pair of guardians who protect the village. So when we first realized this isn't some quaint little village in a historical time period, but a facade meant to keep Yoru there and ignorant to the world below, that is the exact moment that the anime grabbed me and made me realize I'm in for one hell of a ride. So seeing it in manga form, although it's less gruesome and gory because I think there were more kill scenes in the anime, it's still just as impactful. The reveal that Yoru's entire life is a lie is done so well. And on top of that, the introduction of not just a modern world, but supernatural beings, one of whom is actually his sister Asa. I love it, and we're barely into this first volume. Partially because the pacing in the manga is much faster, since the anime drew out the fights and other panels in more detail, which I love seeing. The detail in the fight scenes and the emotion you get from the characters is so well executed and timed in the manga. That is what we've come to expect from Arakawa, but she is exceeding my expectations. The little bits of humor thrown in the middle of a battlefield with these daemons is just perfect. It adds that sense of grounding and humanity to a series that just introduced something completely fantastical. I love how we're also emotionally drawn to Asa, who cries after realizing Yoru is alive and well. That we at this point don't know who's on the right or wrong side. We don't know if Asa is actually a villain or trying to save Yoru from the true villains. It puts us in this liminal state of morals where we don't know who we should be rooting for and whose side we should be on. I'm really enjoying the mystery of what happened to Yoru's parents and how Asa came to work with the Kagemoris, especially since the Kagemoris are protecting her the same way that the Tadaras are protecting Yoru. Neither of them want any harm to come to the twins, though we know their existence and the power they wield has been manipulated in the past to cause chaos and unrest. So we're still left to question which of these sides is morally right, and if Asa is with the wrong or bad side, does that mean she herself is opposed to Yoru? Obviously, I'm enjoying this series enough as an anime that I went out and bought the first volume, and the manga is still a 10 out of 10 experience for me. If you are not currently watching or reading Daemons of the Shadow Realm, you need to check it out. I absolutely love this series and can't wait to see what comes next.